Hey, listen, if you want to look at something good for Christmas, you got to check out Chatting with Staxx. The man has the real life people on there. No lie, no bull. It's the truth. And if you don't watch him, I'll pay you a visit.
Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got your favorite gangster, Mr. Anthony Luciano Raimondi.
What's
up, man? How you doing?
Same old, can't complain.
Thank you for joining me, man. I appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, I just got out of the hospital a couple of weeks ago. That's why I haven't been around. I've been in and out of the hospital between the cancer and the heart surgeries. It's been driving me freaking nuts.
A lot of people have been asking about you, man.
And I appreciate it, but the only reason why I wasn't on because of all those surgeries I had to get. I've hopefully, I did another one on the 14th of November. And then we'll see if I need any more. And then as far as the cancer goes, I'm still fighting that. But at least I'm winning, so to speak. So I can't complain. I really can't complain too much with that.
Sending healing prayers to you.
I need all I can get.
New York's going through quite a bit of changes, right? Got a new mayor out there. What's going on with that?
Forget about the mess with this guy.
What did you think when you seen this guy running and you'd seen that he was possibly going to win? What were your thoughts?
Move out of New York.
That was your first thought?
He's going to ruin it. Yeah, move out of New York. He's going to ruin it. But let me tell you, he made an announcement today on the news, and today's the 10th of December. He put a guy in his, I guess you would call entourage. He gave him a job. I don't remember the gentleman's last name, but he's a Muslim gentleman. He's an Arabic gentleman. And he put him in there. He's either has to do with the with crime or something like that, but it has something to do with crime that he put him into, that he made him the head of. But here's the catch. The guy was arrested twice for robbery with a gun. Twice. And he put him in his cabinet. All right? I mean, how do you put this guy in there that he got pinched twice? He got two convictions for robbery with a gun.
Well, people would say, Trump got arrested. He has convictions. They tossed all those convictions out, but we're not talking about Trump. We're talking about Mendabi right now.
Yeah, but even if you talk about Trump, he didn't hold up nobody with a gun.
No.
He didn't hold up nobody with a gun.
No, that was a witch hunt.
This guy got two convictions. You're talking two convictions on robbery with a gun. You're talking about with a gun. Now, they could turn around and say, oh, well, he didn't shoot the person with the gun. Yeah, okay. And what happens if the gun would have went off? He would have killed somebody. Now, when they confronted the new mayor with that, you know what he had the nerve to say?
What?
Oh, nobody's perfect. That's the answer he gave, this moron. Gave an answer saying nobody's perfect.
What about he wants the police to wear hijabs, the women police to wear these cloaks, and they want to bring Sharia law to New York City. You know what that is, right? Where they stone women to death and underage girls get married and all kinds of weirdo shit. Any extremist, Islamic extremist, any extremist, Islamic extremist, Muslim extremist, they need to be deported immediately. That's it.
I would say definitely. Well, then again, too, there was a thing on the internet yesterday. As a matter of fact, I seen it, that there was this Muslim gentleman, Middle Eastern gentleman, and I'm calling him a gentleman because if I use the language I want, they won't put this on. No. That he tried to a 14-year-old girl. And he says, well, in his country, he can do whatever he wants and this and that at 14 years old. But they're trying to tell him, We ain't in your country. You're over here in the United States. This guy didn't want to know nothing. He says, I'm going to do what I want the same way I did in my country. Me, if that was me, and that was a relative of my family, I can guarantee you within a day or two, he would have parts scattered all over New York. He'd have a head here, an arm here. I would chop him. I'll be honest with you. You don't do that. You talk about a kid that's 14 years old. You're much as a baby. You're going to try to do something like that, you know. But if I had my way, like I says, I would make an example of him.
What do you think's going to happen in New York City, though? Do you think it's going to go to shit and people are going to run rampant? I seen a video of a guy walking around with a knife. He looked like one of them extremist guys. Like there's a video. I'll show you the video.
New York is going to wind up turning out to be worse than Chicago with the shootings and the killings. It's number one. Number two, the mayor is going to try to force down everybody's throat Sharia law because that's what he wants over here, which is not going to happen. There's going to be problems with that. Then he said he wanted to defund the police. Now, the first thing he said was he wanted to defund the police and put a social worker in place of the police. So now, can you picture? All right, somebody gets caught, say, shooting somebody, right? Instead of the cops, it's the social worker goes up to him. What do you think would happen to that social worker? You know what I'm saying? That social worker would make front page news. Not that he stopped anything, because he became a victim also. I mean, it's ridiculous what he wants to do. Then he says, "Oh no, I'm going to try to fix the police department." Well, make up your mind. Then 1 minute he says it's okay for the homeless to sleep in the parks, in the subway stations, bus terminals, or wherever. Then he says, "Well, I'm going to see what I can do to straighten that out."
Well, I heard he's going to confiscate buildings, apartment buildings that he doesn't agree with, whatever they're doing. They're going to confiscate it by eminent domain.
That's right, eminent domain. That's
they're going to freeze housing. I heard they're freezing housing, and they're supposed to bring free grocery stores, like public government-run grocery stores. They're not going to have everything like people think. It's not a normal grocery store. They're going to give you what they want you to have. And then free buses, which is not going to happen. Everybody denied it already. The mayor, all of the people in line to even make something like that happen, they denied it. No free buses. They're not having that. They're not. It brings in a certain amount of money, the bus system, right? They're not going to get rid of that.
What he's going to do, if it goes through with free buses and free trains, fine, all right, fine, it goes through. But you figure this way, where are you going to get the money to pay for this? So what is he going to do? He's going to have to raise everybody's taxes.
Yeah.
Raise everybody's taxes and do that. Then he wants to bring socialized medicine. Now, if anybody knows about socialized medicine, this is how it operates. You make an appointment to go to the doctor. Maybe you get an appointment in 2 to 3 months. So you go to see the doctor. You see the doctor, he tells you, this is what's wrong with you, take this medicine here. Okay, fine. Now you go home, you got to come back for another visit. So they give you another visit in 2 or 3 months. This time you see a different doctor. Now the different doctor that you see, he could turn around and tell you, no, don't stay on this medicine. I want you on this medicine. So get off that medicine and get on this one. All right. You make another appointment to come back, 2 to 3 months. You get a third doctor who can take you off of the other medicine that the second doctor put you on and put you on his own, which means you keep going back and forth doing this, you're going to die. Because somebody's going to screw up over there with the medicine. That's what socialized medicine is. And what type of doctors you think they have with socialized medicine? These are guys who just made it by 1 or 2 points on the test to become a doctor, and you're putting them with people's lives. And now, if you got cancer, so you're looking at every treatment you get, you got to wait 3 months for a treatment, you're gonna die. You're gonna 100%. Die. If you got a heart condition, all right, you wait every 2-3 months, you're gonna die also.
Can you see this? Crazed New York man walks around children brandishing a knife. People
Yeah.
act as though it's an everyday occurrence in New York City. Watch this video. Can you see it?
Yeah. He's
What is
holding it
he?
out. Yeah.
What is he dressed as?
Looks like he has fatigues on, like he's got a
Yeah, he
camo
looks like
on.
he's a Taliban or some shit, right?
Yeah, exactly. He looks like a Taliban.
So how are they letting this type of shit happen?
Well, this is what you got to blame your liberal politicians like
I
Bernie
mean, there's
Sanders
kids
and
walking
all
around.
them
There's
guys.
kids right there. Look at there's kids right there,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. That's right. Until he stabs somebody and kills somebody, they're going to let him walk around. Why? Because you have all these liberal politicians, and then you have all these liberal people, like they called them, what they called them, yuppies or whatever. They're all friggin' liberals. They're for all that stuff. That's not good. That's not good at all. New York is going to turn to become a shithole. This is what
Have
I'm
you
telling you. It's going to
have you
become a waste place.
have you seen a difference in
What?
New York since these last like year? Have you seen a difference in New York in the last year?
Well, they used to tell them, catch and leave them, come and release them. So they can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Right. You had or you have Alvin Bragg, who's the DA in Manhattan, and he had a habit. When they would arrest you, he would let you go. But meanwhile, the people that got arrested, they had maybe 10 priors, 8 priors, and you can look it up. It's all true. And he's letting them go back on the street. Now, all of a sudden, being he got voted in for a second term, he's trying to straighten it out. He can't because he let them all out already. And they're walking around the streets and doing what they want because they know they get caught, they go in, oh, no bail, don't worry about it, and they're right back out. They don't have to pay for it. Then you have all these liberals, whether you call them yuppies or yippies or whatever, these liberals that they go against the police, they're against the politicians, let all these people go. Yeah, okay, let all these people go. So you set somebody on fire in the train station like they did, but let the guy go. No, you don't do something like that. New York is becoming too liberal over here. And that's the worst thing that could happen over here if that becomes a liberal state. Once it becomes a liberal state, I'm telling you now, I'm on the plane, I'm out of here.
It's already
I'm out of here.
going that way.
I'll move my family into Jersey. I'll
Oh,
move
you're gonna
everybody into Jersey. You know, it's
have you
going to come
noticed
to
have you noticed the difference on the street? Are there a lot more migrants and
forget about it.
undocumented peoples, they say?
Well, you can call them undocumented people. You can call them migrants. They're all over. They flooded all the neighborhoods. All right. Now, what I don't understand is this: Biden, who, well, he was a vegetable anyway. Biden, when he was in the White House, he was. Is the truth. He lets them all come in, and he thought. Now he tried to pass a thing saying that if they're here for 30 days, they can vote.
Yeah.
The Senate and the Congress said, no way. You got to be a real citizen here. See, Biden thought that by letting them stay, after 30 days they can vote, they would vote for him because he would say, see what I gave you. I gave you housing. I gave you money and this and that. And he would have beat Trump. And the
Yeah.
Congress and Senate said, no way it's going to happen. All right. So he loses that. Now, Biden lets them all in and he's giving them in hotels. I mean, like you had the King's Hotel in Manhattan, the Row Hotel in Manhattan, 500 a night,
The Ritz
2 freaking
Carlton.
rooms.
I heard people were
Yeah,
in there barbecuing with
yeah,
coals in the
yeah,
rooms.
yeah. No, what they did, they did the so-called people, the so-called migrants, as you wanted to call them, which, like, say, if I use the name I want, they won't put this on. They says we don't like the food you're serving us. Really? We want our own food. So what did they do? They gave them all hot plates to use in the hotel rooms, which if you check the bylaws, it's illegal to have a hot plate in the hotel room. If you have a kitchen area, is one thing, but not a hot plate. Plus, they were giving them extra money to go buy the food they wanted. Now, if we went to their country and says, we don't like the food you're giving us, you know what they would say? Too damn bad. Either you eat it or you starve to death.
They
And they
wouldn't
ain't
let
going to
us in
put
their
us up in
country.
hotel rooms.
We can't go to any other country and just live there without getting checked in at the border. So I don't understand how this is legal for any of this to happen. And people are all upset because we're sending them back home. It makes no sense to me.
Again, you got all the liberals that are letting them come in and everything. But you know what the liberals are? The liberals do it until they have a problem. When they have a problem, then they call somebody like me, somebody like you to protect them. I would tell them, you know what? Too bad. Take care of it yourself.
They should let them move into their house, right? They want to bring them all here.
Well, they had that they wanted them to move into your house.
They should.
And
they move into
one
my
guy,
house. They could move into the liberals' houses.
One guy turned around. They said that they were going to give that you would have to take at least 2 families of migrants into your house. Otherwise, we could take your house away from you. And I'm going by what the guy said now. It's not coming from me, what the guy said. He said, anybody tries to come into my house, take my house away. He goes, I got a 12 gauge shotgun. He goes, I got an AK 47. He says, and I'll shoot them dead. The guy says, I worked all my life to pay my house off. I pay the bills, and you're going to get some piece of garbage is going to come in here and take it over, or some liberal politician is going to say, hey, give it to them. Never going to happen. I'm going to tell you how bad. It's going to get so bad over here that legitimate people are going to start carrying guns. Why? To protect themselves. Because if you look at most of these guys, a lot of them that got arrested or whatever you want to call it, they got criminal records. They got records. So what are you going to do?
You're in the Bronx. Okay, you're in the Bronx, right?
Huh?
You're in the Bronx, right?
Hell no, I'm in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Is Brooklyn, is the street vibe on Brooklyn different?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Because in Brooklyn, they started putting, there was a hotel on Coney Island Avenue and 18th Avenue and Coney Island Avenue, one's in Sheepshead Bay, and they were putting all the migrants in there. And then they will come, like they came to my cousin Joe's house one night, 11 o'clock at night. They come to his house, ringing his friggin' bell, saying, we want money, we want food, and they're carrying a baby with them at 11 o'clock at night. Meanwhile, they're getting like $1,200, $1,500 a month. They're getting food, and they're not paying any rent of anything. But they came, so he turned around. He turned around and he says, get off my property. One guy gave him a problem, but when he seen that shotgun, which is legal that he has, legal shotgun, that guy, they said he ran down the steps faster than a road runner. But otherwise, they were going to try to come into his house.
Yeah,
all right, and that's nonsense. No way. Now you got them all over here that they're saying, "Oh, we got to take care of them." Now, follow what I'm going to tell you. We got to take care of these migrants. We got to give them food. They're underprivileged. They're this, they're that, whatever. All right, let me ask you one question. What about all the veterans that are disabled or the ones that fought in the wars also that are living on the street? They don't count? The men and the women veterans. Wait a minute.
And then they kick them out of the hotels. They kick them out of the hotels and move these people.
Yeah. Now, what about all the American people that maybe they lost their jobs, they lost their house, and they're living on the street or in the subways? How come we don't do for them what they did for these migrants? Why? Because the liberals, they think that, oh, we got to give them everything. No, we don't got to give them nothing. They're not entitled to anything when they come here. There's nothing that says when you come to this country, you're entitled to this. When my grandmother and grandfather came here, and my mother and father, they went to work. They found a job, they went to work. They were entitled to shit. They didn't get nothing.
There's a couple different things, right? Immigration is a good thing, but you got to come here the right way. Immigration is a good thing, but you have to come here the right way.
Yeah.
You can't just walk into another country, demand money, get free everything, and go right above all the people that live here that have been waiting in line this whole
blame
time.
your boy Biden. Blame the vegetable. Biden the vegetable. He's the one who let them coming in.
I think all of them have their hand in it. I mean, I don't trust any politician. I think they're all
let me
corrupt.
explain something. See, they're all talking about Trump, that he's sending them back, you know? But there's one thing they don't talk about. What about when Obama was sending them all back? Nobody wants to bring that up. Obama was sending them back by the planefill, sending them back. But nobody wants to say Obama did that, but they want to say, oh, Trump is doing wrong. Well, Obama started the whole thing by sending them back.
I think Obama's in some trouble. Isn't he in some trouble? Aren't they going to arrest him soon?
Who, Obama?
Yeah, I heard they're going to arrest him soon.
Oh, that's the first time hearing about it. Wow.
Yeah, I heard they got a big investigation on Obama.
Oh, what? With Jeffrey Epstein or something? With Epstein? Are you there, Staxx?
I don't know. No. Yeah, hold on.
Now, another thing. They're all complaining about ICE. ICE went in and did this. ICE took these people, took that people. Now, these people who complain about ICE, they complained about there was too many migrants. The migrants were committing crimes. They were fighting every night. They were drinking. They were attacking women, raping girls and kids. We want them out of the country. All right, all these people, we want them out of the country. Now, Trump comes in and he's getting them out of the country with ICE. The same people who said they wanted them out of the country saying, oh, Trump is wrong for doing it. But you wanted them out and he's getting them out. Now you're saying he's wrong for doing it. Why are you saying that? Because it's not Biden. It's not the vegetable Biden that's doing it that got them out. And then,
so it says here, the DOJ, Washington, U.S. Attorney Pam Bondi directed federal prosecutors to launch a grand jury investigation into allegations that members of the Democratic former President Barack Obama administration manufactured intelligence on the Russia interference in 2016 elections. A source familiar with the matter said on Monday. The Justice Department said late last month that it is forming a strike force to assist claims made by the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, about the alleged weaponization of the U.S. intelligence community. So Obama's in some trouble right now.
Yeah, he's definitely in trouble.
They're saying that election possibly that Joe Biden lost. And I think Obama was running the country this whole time when Vegetable was in office.
He probably was.
I think he was. He was putting his little stamp on everything. Boom, boom, boom.
His wife is Dr. Biden. Oh, come on, please. She's Dr. Biden, my rear end. Dr. Biden. She's got the title Dr.
What about Michael Obama? What about Michael Obama?
Yeah, right. Oh, you're talking about the wife, Michelle.
Her name's Michael.
She's a guy.
Yeah.
I heard that. So I don't know if that's true or not, but they haven't proved it yet. They're just saying that could just be talk. You know what I'm saying?
He's got an Adam's apple, man. He's got an Adam's apple, bro. I don't know.
You know, the only way you're going to find out is two ways. One, he's got to pull his pants down, and two, he's got to get the medical records. That's the only way you're really going to find out.
Oh, man.
You know? And, I mean, you ever see some of these Arab women that come over here? They're bigger than me.
You can't even see them. They're covered up. They're covered up from head to toe. You can't see any of them.
Yeah. Just like you had one, she went to the motor vehicle, took the motor vehicle, the permit test, did everything right. When they went to take her picture and put it on the license, they told her she had to remove the mask from her face. She said no. So then we ain't giving you your license. Well, in my country, you're not in your country. You're over here. First of all, if you take the picture of her with her face covered up outside of her eyes, who the hell knows who's under there? Who knows who's using her license? Could be a guy. Could be another woman. You don't know. They think because they're over here, they can get away with what they did in their country. No, it don't work that way. Tell you one thing though, she took that mask down, and they took the pictures of her face.
What do
Or
you
what
think
they say?
about
You're not getting a
Ilhan
life.
Omar? What about Ilhan Omar, the woman in
Oh, please,
Minnesota that allegedly married her brother? President
please.
Trump is talking about that recently.
Yeah, I heard that she married her brother. I wouldn't be surprised. I know one thing with her. She made a comment. I don't remember how long, not too long ago it was, saying that where the hell's that area she comes from?
Minneapolis, Somalia.
Yeah, thank you. She said that Somalia is better than the United States. Then move the frig back. Nobody told you to stay here. Get the hell out. Go back to Somalia. All right, Somalia is bad over there because, especially if you're gay, you're dead issue in Somalia. They kill you. That's their religion. They kill you. All right. So if you have, say, like a son or a daughter, aunt, uncle, whatever, and they're gay, whether they're gay, they're lesbian, or whatever you want to call LGBTQ community or whatever, you go to Somalia, you just signed your death warrant. They're going to kill you. As soon as they see that you're gay, you're dead. Now, if you want to get technical, look at the we got as the new mayor, Mandummy, the new mayor, dummy I call him. Or better yet, how about instead of Mandummy, a terrorist mayor? Can I say that?
Yeah.
A terrorist mayor, that's what I'm going to call him, and I'll tell you why. If you looked at some of the pictures they had, he was with some terrorists at his father's compound. His father's worth millions and millions of dollars, and his father has 20 bodyguards around that compound. And he was in the compound with them laughing and joking around. Then he's with a woman who came from, I forgot the country she comes from, where she said gay people in her country, number one, they get arrested and put in jail, and then they get executed. And he's with this woman laughing and joking. To me, he's then a terrorist in disguise. Because if you're supposedly taking care of us, you should not be associating with these people. He should not be associating with them. And being he did, you should not have let him run for mayor.
Never.
You shouldn't have let
Never,
him run for
never.
mayor.
Never. They
Okay?
should have never. I don't understand why they
But
let this happen.
again, you got the liberals. They let him go in. You let him go in, the liberals. Look, this thing here, like with all the liberals, has gotten out of hand. Then you got the if you remember history or anything like there was a thing called the three witches. The three witches. Well, there's really four of them because they're on television, and it's a show called The View, where the four of them are on. Now you have
Oh, yeah. Oh,
now,
God.
now you have Whoopi Goldberg, who tells you what she wants to tell you, and if you go against her, you're no good. Number one. Then you got Joy Behar. Yeah, that's them. There he is with them. Yeah, that's them.
Yeah.
But he's with them. That's fine. Now on the View, you got George Behar, the old crow. They should send her back to the cornfield. All right, she votes for all that. Then you would have what's her name? The Spanish girl. What's her name? I forgot her name. The one that goes back and forth from Florida. She lost a lot of weight.
I don't know their names. I'm gonna get a picture.
I forgot her name.
Let me get a picture and put it up there though, so we can so we can laugh at them.
What?
I'm gonna put a picture up so we can laugh at them.
Yeah, I forgot her name. Oh God!
Here they are. Here they are.
All right.
Here's the scallywags.
Yeah. Oh no, she's not in this picture. I forgot her name. Hey, my girl just told me her name is Anna Navarro, who she goes back and forth from Florida. Now you got Sonny Hostin. The girl is freaking prejudiced. I don't care what you say. But here, I'm going to explain something to you. See, I wouldn't call her Sonny Hostin. I would call her Sonny League of Nations Hostin, because I'll tell you why. She says that she's Spanish. Okay. And she says she's black. All right. She says she's white. She says she's Jewish. And now, being her husband, he got brought up on charges with a thing that he's Haitian. Now she's Haitian. So there's 5 things. So she's a United Nations. So it should be Sunny United Nations Hostin. She said that on the show. 5 different things she is. Make up
What
your
about
mind.
Kamala? Kamala's her fucking accent was changing when she was running for fucking president. Her accent was changing every other place she went.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, see, with these women, they're on every day, 5 days a week. So Sunny Hostin thinks she knows all she don't. That's number one. Number two, she had gotten a couple of convictions when she was an acting DA. She wasn't a DA, she was an ADA, assistant DA. And from what I heard was the convictions that she got, they got overturned. Okay? So now she thinks she knows who she is. But if you listen to her talk now, if somebody does something in the black community, she speaks up. Somebody does it in the white in the black community, she speaks up. The Spanish community, she speaks up. The Haitian community, she speaks up. Now she's supposed to be all 3 of them. Now, something happens in the white community, she don't speak up. She's supposed to be part white too. And if something happens in the Jewish community, she don't say a word. Well, she's claiming to be Jewish, to be white, to be Haitian, to be black, and to be Spanish. So if you're going to talk about certain ones, talk about all of them. Speak up for all of them, not just the 3 you like. She's very, very prejudiced.
Yeah,
Now, another thing.
I think that they want you to be ashamed to be white nowadays. I'm Italian, I'm white, and I'm proud of it. I'm not racist.
Now,
like
let me tell you something. When you see the View and you see all these people applauding when they say something, that's because they hold up signs. I used to go to Montel Williams. I was there like, oh man, twice a week because I knew the people there, and he always had me on the show in the audience or he'd ask me something. And when he said something, they would hold up a sign saying applaud or say boo or say something. So the people in the audience weren't doing that of their own volition. They were going by what the sign says. They were going by that. Now, Sonny Hostin's husband, oh, the doctor, he's involved in 400, what is it? I think a $400 million scam with the Medicaid, Medicare, and everything else.
Yeah, isn't he? Yeah, I heard he was.
Yeah. Gee, how come she don't talk about her husband and what he done, but she'll talk about you, me, or anybody else? Your husband is just as bad, if not worse. So talk about him. She won't do it. She won't do it, Sonny Hostin. Like I said, they're the 4 witches of Macbeth. That was what it originally was. It was called the 3 witches of Macbeth. It was in a play that Macbeth wrote. I called them the 4 witches of Macbeth. The 4 of them.
What the hell is going on here? And it's like, what is going on here? Am I living in like a dream world or something?
No, the liberals want to take over.
Like it seems like we're living in a Twilight Zone or something, don't it?
So the liberals want to take over.
Like it's insane.
They want everything to be
I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
I don't either. But you know what? This is the way the liberals are. Now I'm going to tell you something. I have a friend of mine comes from down south, and we were talking. My friend Georgie, he comes from down in Kentucky, and he says, he goes, Anthony, the way things look, he says there might be a revolution in this country again, the North against the South, like it was 100 years ago. And he turned around and told me, whose side would you be on? I said, honestly, I would be on the side of the South because they're going to win. And I'm giving you my honest answer because you're going to have all these liberals up here that, we don't want to do this, we don't want to do that. I mean, they made such a stink. Do you remember, what the hell is that show? The Dukes of Hazzard. You remember the Dukes of Hazzard?
Yeah.
You remember they had that charger called the General Lee?
Yeah.
They got up a petition to take that flag off the top of the car because they said, but that's part of the South's history. Then you had all the ones over here with de Blasio, Mr. Garbage Mouth or whatever, him and his wife, who definitely that wife had to be a man. If you ever seen his wife, she had to be a man. They say she's gay. All right, she's gay, she's gay. Then they said she's a lesbian. Fine. If she's gay or a lesbian, that's her business. But let me tell you something. If she is, she's one ugly, unbelievable ugly. Let's put it that way. De Blasio started getting them to take down statues because it was part of, as they say, what do you call it, slavery days. How do you know it's part of slavery days? Just like they try to get Christopher Columbus and take it down.
No, they did take it down in New Haven.
No,
They
they
took
did
the
not.
statue. In New Haven, the statue's gone. There is no more Christopher
Maybe in New
Columbus
Haven, but in
statue.
New York here, Andrew Cuomo stopped them. They couldn't take it down. Now they all want to talk about slavery. These people. All right, fine. Slavery was rotten. I'm not going to say it wasn't. It was, but how did slavery get started? They said, oh, the white people or the English or whoever went over to Africa and took them as slaves and brought them back. Not quite the truth. Let me explain. In Africa, you got African tribes. Now, a small tribe, 5,000 people. That's a small tribe. To me, that's a half a city. Other tribes, 7,000, 8,000, 10,000. In Africa and the Congo and all them, you had that many people living in an area that was a tribe. Now, if my tribe goes to war with your tribe and my tribe wins the war, I take you as slaves. They were taking their own people as slaves. Then when the English came over, or whoever you want to call came over, they sold it to them as slaves. Now they said, oh, well, they came over with boats, 100 men on each boat, and they had cannons. Yes, but if all the tribes got together in Africa, there's no way those 3 boats were ever going to win a battle. No way. Especially fighting on their own home turf. That's number one. So what happened is when one tribe beat the other tribe in a war, they took all their people for slaves. When the English came over, the English had a lot of things, like whatever you want to call it, like the beads, the jewelry, clothing, everything, whatever. They traded it to them to become slaves because they said, hey, they're slaves with them. So they said they will take slaves for themselves, which they did. That's how
Yeah.
slavery got started. Now you have a lot of people up here who were starting in about that reparation. I want my money, and I want the 40 acres of land and a house. We were slaves. No, 90% of the people who were claiming that their family wasn't even a slave. They don't even know what slavery was. I'm not saying slavery was good. No, it was horrendous. It was just as bad as any other crime. All right, it was just as bad as any other crime that you put people in chains or you make them slaves or whatever. That's not the way the world should be. Should be everybody should be equal. Go out, have yourself a nice time, and get along. But it wasn't like that because you had other people that were, let's say, not hostile, but let's say they were greedy. Let me
Yeah,
put it
but
that
we
way.
shouldn't be facing the consequences for the stuff that happened back then. It just shouldn't happen. Like,
Well,
I don't get
you
it.
have the yeah, but see, you have the people who like to start in, and they put the bug in everybody's head that we should
Yeah.
do it now, which that's wrong. You shouldn't be doing that now. All right. Just like I
No.
told you, the kids nowadays, the young kids that from the teenagers to their 20s, they're all screwed up in the head. Now I'm going to tell you how. You get white kids who don't like black kids, don't like Spanish kids, don't like none of them, but yet they'll go out with black girls or Spanish girls. Now you got black kids that don't like white, they don't like Spanish, but they'll go out with white or Spanish girls. Then you got Spanish guys or Puerto Rican, as you call, because a lot of them came from Puerto Rico, don't like black or white, but yet they'll go with their girls. But the funny thing is, all these kids that don't like the whites, the blacks, the Spanish, or whatever, they all dress alike. They all trick their cars out the same way. They're drinking the same drinks. They dress alike. They go to the same clubs, dance alike, and everything. And they go out with different girls from different nationalities. But yet, they don't like each other. Those kids are all screwed up. Those people are all screwed up in the head. They all need psychiatrists. Because how could you dress and everything like, say, this group does, and you go out with girls from that group, but let you say, I don't like them? Think about it. These kids, and I'm talking about from the teenagers up to 30 years old. They're all screwed up in the head. But these kids are so screwed up. These people are so screwed up right now. Jesus Christ couldn't even straighten their heads out. Let me put it that way.
And then
What?
what do you think about them playing the Muslim music or ham over the speakers at 5 a.m, 3 times a day, but they won't let people pray in school or do the allegiance to the flag? What do you think of that?
Oh, first of all, they shouldn't be playing that music or the call to prayer at 3 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning. If you're not going to let my children or my grandchildren pray in school, then you should stop them from playing that. If you're going to stop them from going to church and not believing in God or whatever, you should definitely stop that over the loudspeakers, what they're doing with the Muslim religion. That's a definite. That's a definite thing. Because now they're making it one sided. If you're a foreigner, you're a Muslim, you can get what you want.
What's in plan?
Right?
What's in store for you, man? What's been going on with you? You got anything going on? People want to
Well,
know about
I got my
your.
book When the Bullet Hits the Bone, and then I'm working on book two. Should be out anywhere between, I'd say, January and March, and that'll be called. And the title of that book is "The Memoirs of Anthony S. Luciano Raimondi." And there's more stories in it. There's about 12 more stories in it. And I have the what do you call it? The audio book is out. The Confessions of Anthony Raimondi, which you can get on Spotify or any of them. And we're negotiating for contracts with for a picture and for a series and stuff.
Yeah, you need to get it going. People have been asking me about you a
Well,
lot.
it takes time. It
I
takes
know.
time with everything.
Trust me, I know.
Everything
I
takes
got a
time.
documentary in the works right now. It's going to
The
be out next year.
documentary that we have was done with what the hell was it? Universal had the documentary that I did for Universal. I mean, everything's coming along, but like I said, it's a slow process.
And we got something cooking that might be out by Christmas. We can't talk about it right now on
Right?
the
Yeah,
air,
I
but
know. Yeah,
we got something cooking for the people. It might be out by Christmas. It's going to be quite funny. You guys are going to
really.
love it. I mean, they want to see more content of Anthony, so I figured I'd bring you back on.
Yeah.
We have a little conversation. We
Well,
got to
let's
make
put it this way.
we got to make some more of these for people. We'll put them on
Well, you know what?
Patreon.
I look at it this way: the more people on your show that like me, and the more people that like what I'm saying, if they put it on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, more and more people, it might give the movie people a little more encouragement to go a little faster. Let's put it that way.
I mean, you can't really make them rush. You know how it goes.
Well, you know what? If you have a lot more, if you have a lot of people saying, when are you going to do a movie? When are we going to see him a movie? We want to see a movie. And it gets high up there in the numbers, the movie companies will speed it up. Because now they see there are people out there with interest and they know they're going to be able to, they know that people are going to come and see the movie.
That would be a
You
good
know?
movie. When the bullet hits the bone. That would be a good
Well, I
movie.
don't know if that'll be the title, but I think it might be. It might be the title. Because they were talking about who they want to get to play me. And I was thinking about getting that actor, Robert D'Onofrio. I was thinking about getting him to play me as at an older age. I mean, because he would have been great. He'd be great for it. And then
What
they
about
want to talk about there's a lot
Sylvester
of talk.
Stallone?
No,
Sylvester Stallone, man.
No, Stallone. We have a conversation going with him, which we do. And a matter of fact, I make you laugh. We got something that we're talking about with him, but I don't want to say what it is. And I turned around and I made them all laugh. I told my manager and my agent, I says, when you get in touch with him again, tell him, give me some scenes on Tulsa King. And they put me on Tulsa King. I says, I won't have to act. I'll just act the way I act. You don't have to worry about that. And I can tell them what to do. I would love to go on that show. Seriously.
Yeah. I've seen a little bit of it. I really haven't gotten into it like that.
It's very good. It's excellent. Believe me, what they and that is the truest, if you want to call it true to life, thing about gangsters and stuff. Not the Goodfellas and all that other bullshit. This is the truest thing of what happens to you a lot of times when you come home from prison, and then what happens when people try to muscle in on you and everything. That's the closest thing to real life I've ever
but a lot of it is like, come on, you're not going to walk into a dispensary and start beating people up in a dispensary. Everyone's going to prison. Like,
you want to bet?
No, yeah, but it's just
they've done it.
Come on, you can't. Yeah, but you can't do that nowadays. It's 2025. They got cameras everywhere. They're not anything you do, anything you say is being recorded.
Yeah,
very hard to get away with crime nowadays.
Right.
What do you think about that big bust that they had over there in New Jersey with the sports betting and stuff like that?
First of all, you have these athletes, okay, and you have these sports figures that are getting involved in this. They're worth millions of dollars, these people. They make millions of dollars a year, but they had to get into something else. I mean, that's stupid. That's like with the rappers, all right? Some of the rappers, which I know quite a few of them, but some of them, they got contracts, $30 million, $40 million. Okay. Meanwhile, you're going around carrying a gun and you get pinched for carrying an illegal gun. What the hell's wrong with you? You making that much money, go get a carriage permit. You will get it. Or go get bodyguards. Or they start dealing drugs. You're making $30 million a year on your records. You go to you do a show. All right, you do a show, let's say a video. You're getting $8-9 million. Why do you got to get into the drug business? Then when you get pinched, you say, it's not my fault. Yeah, it is your fault, you moron. Because if you had any brains, you wouldn't get into the business. I know if I'm making $30 million a year, let's put it this way, if I'm making $10 million a year, hey, that's $10 million a year I don't have. Why am I going to get into the drug business for? If you're getting there, you go, oh, don't worry about it. Nothing will happen. Yeah, but when I get pinched, I'm going away for life, and I lose everything.
But they think they could get quick money. They think they could get quick money out of it and be like, hey, we'll just get some quick money.
You're making 10, 15, 20 million a year. That's more than enough. That's happy. What, are you kidding me? But you got to go. But you always got to go because you want to be, you know what it is? Because you want to be, I love it when they use that, the new term now. Oh, yeah, I'm a G. They say, you're a G. Means they're a gangster. Or you get somebody that's getting tough with you and he goes, I'm a gangster. I'm a real gangster. Listen, let me tell you something. You're a gangster or whatever. You're going to run into somebody. You're going to pull that bullshit. And the guy's going to get and he's going to level you right out. And he's going to walk away. And that is the real gangster. The guy who doesn't say, I'm a gangster. I'm an OG. Come on, please. That makes me throw up. It does.
That's why I think it's funny when people come online and start threatening you and doing shit like that. Like, come on, man.
Let me tell you about that.
Shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down. You ain't doing a fucking thing. If you were, you wouldn't be talking about it. You know
I'm going to make you laugh. A couple of people made threats to me online. Now, let me explain something to you. No. A couple of them sent texts from a phone. Meanwhile, they don't realize that phone they're using, even if it's a burner phone, it leaves a digital footprint, and the feds can trace it and everything else. Then you got the ones that are sending an email, and they don't realize that it can be traced. Then the ones that call up and they say what they're going to say to you on the phone, where if they don't get you, then they leave a voice recording. Now, let me explain something to you. If I called you from a burner phone, and I made a threat to you, okay? And let's say I texted it to you, okay? I texted you a threat from a burner phone. Now I get rid of the burner phone. Okay, fine. Now, if the law gets in touch, if the feds grab that, they look, they see this is the burner phone. They trace the number to where it was bought. Then they trace it from the towers where it goes ping because that's saved. And
Yeah.
then they get it track it down to, let's say, a 2 block area, and then a 1 block area, and they keep moving and moving until they go, "We got you, Anthony. You're under arrest." These morons don't realize that. Now,
Yeah,
whoever
but
they're
you're
with,
not the type to be pressing charges and go to the police and shit.
what?
You're not. You don't seem like the
No, no,
type
no.
to
I'm
be
not
pressing
saying
charges and
me.
go to
No,
the
you
police.
misunderstand. I'm not saying me. Anybody, like regular legitimate people or whatever. Or truthfully, there are some people in the movie business and that are on the street that are legitimate that they would go to the feds. There
100%.
are guys. There are guys that were involved in criminal activities that they get threats. They will go to the feds. Because
100%.
they're trying to straighten out their life or whatever it is they're trying to do. The thing I'm trying to make is that you're doing this with these burner phones, and sooner or later you're going to get caught. You're doing this and thinking you can't get caught with your will. Then number one. Number two, whoever you're around, do they know that you're doing this? I would say 90% of them don't. And then you get the ones that throw somebody's name in there. Say like they throw your name in there. Yeah, I'm with Staxx, and Staxx, he don't like it. He wants to do this, that, whatever. Now they're throwing your name into it. So what
Yeah.
happens if one of these people goes to the feds? The feds are going to come looking for Staxx
Yeah.
and say, "Who you got that would do this?" And it creates a whole problem. Instead of just, you know what? The guy's not bothering me. I'm not bothering him. Let him go. Let him do what he wants.
People
Maybe
just they
just see him
can't
later on,
handle.
and we shake him down.
The thing is, people can't handle other people just doing their own thing. They can't. They
Yeah.
can't fucking handle it. They see you online. They see videos of you, and they just makes them crazy.
Yeah.
Makes them
Well,
fucking crazy.
yeah.
But
Well,
hey,
now, like I tell you something else.
deal with
Like
it,
they'll go
motherfucker.
around threatening people, right? Now follow me. They'll go around threatening people that, let's say, left a life and they're making a new life for themselves. They'll
Yeah.
threaten them and do this, do that, that. Now these people never ratted on anybody. Nobody's ratted on anybody. Any stories or books or whatever that was done, the people in it are already dead or they're in witness protection. But you get the ones that want to go after somebody. Well, yeah, okay, fine. Why don't you go down to Florida where all the stool pigeons are who put your friends and your family in jail and go after them? Why?
Yeah.
Tell me, why don't you go after them? They don't. Now, yeah, you got John A. Light, okay? I never met the man. He became a mayor or something of some country, of some state. He supposedly was with the Gambinos, he was. Okay, supposedly he ratted out on all these people. I don't know who. I don't know. I haven't followed him that much. Why don't they go after him? They're afraid of that, him.
Said that he worked with John Gotti.
Yeah. Then you got Larry Mazza, who was supposedly with Greg Scarpa, and that he ratted on all these other people.
No. Larry Mazza cooperated against the police.
No, he ratted on people also.
No, he didn't. He cooperated
Well,
against
that's
the
what they
police.
said.
No.
Program.
Larry Mazza cooperated against the police that were working with Greg Scarpa.
I don't know
100%.
about that. I got a different story. There's all different stories over there.
You got Gene, the piece of shit Barillo, out here
Yeah.
fucking threatening Merlino and them. Still,
That's his business.
he's a piece of shit. All of them are pieces of shit. I don't deal with the rats no more because they're not worth my time. They're just
No,
not.
but the point I'm trying to make, they're all talking about they're going to go after you and you did this, you did that. Okay, fine. Go after the ones that ratted on everybody that you see them on the internet every week. And they tell you, I'm in Florida or I'm here, or I'm there. I ain't worried. They won't go after them. You understand? They won't go after them because they know those guys won't take it lightly. They'll retaliate and come back. So, but they figured that if you get somebody here, that he won't retaliate and come back. But you got to remember one thing: you have no idea. I know guys, and I'm going to be honest. I know guys that left a life. Okay, they've gotten threats. They made copies of the threats, copies of it. Their lawyer has a set, and there's 4 other copies that were made to the feds, to the DA, and to all them. That if anything happens to them, these things are supposed to be released to them. These guys took out insurance, and they made it known. They made it known. I don't bother you. You can't get in any trouble with what I'm doing or what I wrote. Nobody can. Leave me be. Which, in a way, they're right. Leave me be. But there's guys who won't. So then,
Man,
now, huh?
I said, "Fuck them. Don't waste your time on that shit."
Now, but let me say, but no, let me get it this way now. Now, if something happened, let's say there was an attempt made on their life, and the guy they lived, and the guy releases all this information, they're gonna go, he was a rat, he was this, he was that. Yeah, but he warned you already that this stuff is gonna go out to all the FBI and all of them if something happens. So you push them and you try to kill them, and this is what he done. So who you got to blame? Yourself. Because if you would have left the guy alone, because he's not bothering you or anybody, this wouldn't have happened.
Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to before we go?
To Robert Huxley, to Jamie Cohen, and to Jonathan. To Jonathan, who was with the company that's working on to get my movie done. Shout out to all of them.
Oh, did you hear? I got inducted into the Hall of Fame last weekend, man.
Congratulations. What'd you get?
Yeah, I got it. I got an award I got inducted into the Hall of Fame, the MMAM Hall of Fame for media.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm getting a big ass trophy and everything, man.
Good.
Pretty cool shit. Yeah. I got inducted right next to Leon Spinks' wife, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Got a lot of great things in the works right now. I got a documentary called Fallen Angels, the 1%. It's about the ex-Hells Angels. It's a really good documentary, man. It's intricate. It's got a lot of detail in it, a lot of exclusive footage that hasn't been seen by the public before.
Nice.
It's some good shit.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for that. It'll be out in 2026.
Well, I also want them to look up my I have the audio book under When the Bullet Hits the Bone under Anthony Raimondi, Luciano Raimondi, and the book When the Bullet Hits the Bone. That's book 1. Book 2 is already done. It's being edited and everything. And it should be out, like I said, between January and March it'll be out. And it's going to be titled The Memoirs of Anthony S. Luciano Raimondi.
All right, man. I hope you have a good night, man, and stay out of them streets out in New York. Crazy.
All right, brother, you too.
I'll give
you a ring tomorrow, Staxx. I'll give you a call tomorrow.
Definitely.
All right, cuz I'll talk to you later.
If you like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. And if you don't like this show, too bad. Start your own podcast. Thanks, man.
Later, cousin.